Oh my God, this is gonna be a long one. This is a long one. Trigger warning, by the way, guys. We got a bit of a trigger warning today. You've heard of Illuminaughtii, this person who got canceled a while ago.
Illuminaughtii has been exposed for mistreating her editors.
Still hasn't recovered. A lot of the time, when YouTubers get canceled, they recover. People forget.
And continuous lapse in my judgment.
Especially if the cancellation is from stuff that isn't like, you know, go to jail type stuff.
Okay,
Why has this stuck so hard, and why has it been impossible for Illuminaughtii to recover? Well, I'm gonna do my absolute best to explain it today, but first, you need to just watch and enjoy. There's a lot of terrible YouTubers that get accused of many terrible things, okay? Sometimes these things are morally wrong, sometimes they're legally wrong.
And I just wanted to make this video to say sorry to everyone that I offended, sorry to all the people that I let down.
This has been the absolute worst week of our life, and we realized that we have made some terrible parenting decisions.
First and foremost, I want to apologize for how long this video has taken. There is no excuse, reason, or thing I can say to make that okay, and I want to take full accountability for that.
There's a huge distinction though. One can be forgiven, the other cannot, unless it's a white collar crime like stealing from the poor, and the poor are just people who invested in Crypto Zoo, and then there are still people that like Logan Paul somehow. Will you quit licking my face, you some bitch? Most of the people who do something bad usually do one or two things, and then they stop there because they get called out, and then they realize, hey, I'm bad, I'm just not gonna do that anymore. But there's one YouTuber who is incredibly unaware of the terrible things that they've done and doesn't seem to have changed at any point. And I became aware of this creature a few months ago when a bunch of videos came out. Let's just say that. A bunch of videos on Illuminaughtii came out. And then more recently, I saw a video from the internet Anarchist, who makes incredible videos. And it seemed from this video that Illuminaughtii, like a Pokemon trainer, is trying to catch them all. Controversies, that is. Based on what I got from Internet Anarchist video, I needed to know more. I needed to do a lot of research and decided to make a large video myself. But first and foremost, go subscribe to Internet Anarchist and go watch his video. It will be better than mine, I promise.
5 months ago, I published a video titled How Illuminaughtii Ended Her Career in 7 Seconds, where I discussed the disgusting and predatory behavior of a once respected YouTuber, Illuminaughtii.
But I tell you what, boys, this is going to be entertaining no matter what. Who's ever video what? She has completed the fucking alphabet of misdeeds. She's a ne'er-do-well, a literal ne'er-do-well. So who is this creature? Well, her name is Blair Zahn, aka Illuminaughtii, a creator that amassed an audience from Reddit videos, which eventually shifted into video essays. By the way, videos pretty solid, I guess, right? Like, they seem well made. The whole faceless thing bothers me a little bit, but ooga booga. She had a big blow up by making video essays calling out multi-level marketing schemes and charities.
So who is or what is Damsel in Defense exactly? Well, it turns out they're an MLM that sells self-defense products for women to women specifically.
And was able to amass an audience of 1.7 million subscribers along with her editors, etc. By the way, I have editors. Thank you, my editors. I have people who help research stuff. Satchel, Connor, they're the loves of my life, and they make these beautiful videos possible. That's right, it isn't just me, if you could believe that. I know I'm impressive, but holy shit. This lady has called out a lot of companies that we hate. EA, PETA sucks, dude. PETA makes me want to hurt animals.
I've had so many episodes about PETA that they've blocked me on Twitter.
Tencent may not be all that familiar to you. I'm sure some of their affiliates, like Nintendo, are.
Amazon, you name it, dude. It's baller. And as a reward for this epic content she was making, she grew and grew and grew. She was exposing corporate greed, cults, general fiendish behavior, you name it. Standard commentary, video essay type shit.
Chances are, if you spend any portion of your life on the internet, then you'll notice that Russell Brand has been cropping up a lot more lately. And not in a good way either.
But just because you make videos calling people out for doing things bad doesn't make you naturally a good person. It makes you a virtue signaler. I'm a bad person and I'm a virtue signaler. I just do this for money. I don't actually care about the internet. Eventually, after this big up from Blair, cracks would eventually show in her image. She attempted to call out a fellow creator for stealing from her, allegedly. She called out a fellow named Legal Eagle for stealing her editing style that they'd already been using for 3 to 4 years, and it's just common in every style of documentary content. Dude, what the fuck? Why would you ever call anyone out for this? Not using legal editors, broaching my editors to make my video style when they didn't give up. They literally copied it. And by the way, I have the messages from my editors and found an email from them too. Just change the color from purple to blue. I went to my emails and found this just outright saying, yeah, I'm gonna do this, but if you can make it easier for me, I'd appreciate it. Yo, shut the fuck up. You don't own that. You're not making anything, you're just slapping shit together. I invented this shit, all right? You know how many people use that now? I swear to God, I was the first editor to ever do it. And they stole this too.
Hey Blair, I work as an editor for Legal Eagle, and I was wondering if there were some After Effects plugins you guys use for...
Dude, exactly, you're using an After Effects plugin. Like this, you didn't invent After Effects, you didn't invent anything. You're just using a platform. That's like saying you're writing words in a way that is similar. You're using the same typeface. Dude, shut up. Now, Legal Eagle's editor, whose name is Danny, is asking iilluminaughtii for a plugin that they use for a particular effect in their intro, and they say that they can recreate it anyways, but they were wondering if there was a way to do it faster. This is the intro in question.
With over 100-year existence, it has sparked countless moments of joy, sorrow, and frustration for its fans.
iilluminaughtii then goes on to say that there's a bunch of different stuff that was stolen, just simple, extremely common editing things that no one owns, and it would be impossible to find if anyone did it first. I raised this, iilluminaughtii. Maybe you were stealing from Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. They did it on their movie poster a long time ago with Jim Carrey. Good movie. Pretty good movie. Interesting concept. Wish it was real, honestly. Do I though? I don't. It's crazy to allege someone of stealing something that is just commonplace. Like you play an E chord on the guitar. You can't do that. You can't do that. You run a pentatonic scale on the guitar. You can't. I made that up. I made that up. Okay, and Danny, the editor for Legal Eagle, didn't think he was doing anything wrong or problematic or taboo. He even went into Blair's Discord and tried to reach out to her editors and communicate. Am I allowed to post a video essay I made that was inspired by Blair's channel? Or is there like no self-promotion? Also, is there any way I can talk to one of the video editors? I edited for Legal Eagle and I wanted to know how they did a specific effect. Why don't we all just try to make everyone's content better? So there's just better content and make it easier for people to make more interesting stuff. Not that it's important, but to defend Legal Eagle a little bit, they even had a torn paper effect 4 years ago. It's almost like this person has brainworms. Now, the response that she got for the call out was not the response that she was hoping for. She, I guess, thought that people really liked her a lot, but this all resulted in people questioning her credibility and character for the accusations that she made that seemed incredibly baseless and ridiculous. I really like iilluminaughtii and her content, but her accusations of plagiarism against Legal Eagle are straight up fucking stupid. Legal Eagle must pay for digital highlighting. I normally love your stuff, but this ain't it. I say that as a fan. This is not a good example. This ripped white paper on a differently colored background is an extremely popular look for videos across the platform. Legal Eagle has been using it for years. Dude, yeah, exactly. What's even worse is that while she was accusing Legal Eagle of plagiarizing content, fun to say by the way, legal, people began digging as they tend to do, and they found an iceberg of her copying scripts word for word from other documentaries about the same topic she was making videos of. What? Dude, that's fucking ironic.
Professor Freudenberg has long been controversial.
A man named Hugh Freudenberg, a former immunologist who has been long controversial.
In 1989, he was caught up in a bizarre lawsuit involving the Food and Drug Administration, which told him he had to stop injecting his autistic child patients with blood products.
In 1989, he was caught up in a bizarre lawsuit with the Food and Drug Administration, which told him he had to stop injecting his autistic patients with blood products.
What was this guy up to, by the way? That's crazy. I want to know more about that shit. That sounds incredibly interesting. Somebody want to inject me with their blood? Ryan Johnson, you want to give me your blood? I'll take your blood. I'll take it. So that's kind of ironic and a little bit unfortunate that she just got immediately caught in the crossfire of claiming someone was plagiarizing her. So is inspiration imitation, or is it just fair game? Or, I mean, because that's more plagiaristic than just being inspired by someone and doing something incredibly creative like editing. To be fair though, maybe she was just very inspired by this exact lines of script from a previous documentary. By the way, we haven't even mentioned or gone over Legal Eagle's response to all of this. He made a tweet response to her initial tweet of her calling him out. He was very reasonable, and he said, "Hey iilluminaughtii, I think this is a big misunderstanding. Perhaps great minds think alike. No one on my team is trying to copy you. Without an exhaustive review of your channel, I believe we used those two styles before your channel did. We've used them for 3 to 4 years. He then reiterates and says that the styles that are used in the video are very popular, her videos and his videos. And Danny, Legal Eagle's editor, is a fan of hers and admits to that, obviously, and is not trying to steal, but is just trying to get help from other editors to improve his game. That's what editing is. Like, that's how it works. You learn, you have to learn. You can't just invent new stuff. What are you talking about, you goob? All this was followed by the final messages that Danny sent in the Illuminati Discord, just candidly asking for help, which that was all left out of her tweet conveniently. Now, the outpouring of a response that she received for these allegations, paired with the sting of disapproval that she found, it must have gotten through to her because she apologized both privately and publicly to Legal Eagle. To Legal Eagle, although I have apologized privately, I would like to do so now publicly. I am sorry for making editing styling claims that were inaccurate. I jumped the gun, thought hastily, and should have messaged you privately to hash things out. I am sorry. Dude, what? Now, the response to this on Twitter, positive. We got my boy Omni. He was like, yeah, that's pretty awesome. I saw that, dude. I saw that dude. Right-wing cope, whoever that is. That's pretty cool. People were happy. Okay, problem resolved. But there was a festering sore, an abscess, if you will, just below the surface that had began to rumble and bumble. And since all these allegations, people were digging, okay? People were digging. More stuff was found in regard to Illuminati being a bad person. And here we go, guys. There were calls for her to acknowledge more serious allegations that had begun to be levied against her. Oh, crap. I would say one of the most damning parts of all of this is the next part we will get into, and that is the relationship that Blair had with her ex-boyfriend, Oz Media, a fellow creator. In Internet Anarchist video, he did a great job breaking down a video that Oz uploaded 2 months ago that shined some light on the way that Illuminati treated Oz during their relationship, the way that she would manipulate, isolate, and abuse the person she was supposed to be in a relationship with.
For full transparency, which will be explored more in my future video, Blair and I dated. We were a couple for a decent chunk of time.
Now, Oz himself is in the process of making a huge documentary and exposed video on Illuminati, but it's taking a large amount of time, and he's got to focus on making normal content as well to be able to even afford the production on the documentary.
Converting this monstrosity into a video with its accompanying 5,000 screenshots has been one hell of a monumental task for me, a one-person team to embark on.
Imagine making a documentary on how big of a fucking bitch your ex-girlfriend is. That's crazy. I'm sorry to laugh. To me, that's very funny. And by God, is she getting what's coming to her. Blair would abuse Oz not only emotionally, but financially. And it is important to note as well, with the things that Oz plans to be saying in his big exposed video, and with how litigious Blair is, he is making the video with the understanding that it will be played in a courtroom. That is crazy.
I want to firmly state that this update is being made with the understanding that there is a likelihood that this will end up in a courtroom.
And this is where Oz begins to unveil the things that Blair has done to him and continues to do in an attempt to just ruin his life.
Blair is in the process of currently foreclosing my home. Because of this stress of Blair taking my home from me, I need to pump the brakes and change directions so I won't be homeless come Christmas.
This bitch is the Grinch, legitimately. Blair also sent Oz a cease and desist following a Twitter thread that he put out about her.
When I did speak out, as many of you are aware, Blair sent me a cease and desist.
I mean, look at all this stuff. I ain't reading all that, but that's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. What an evil person. The most disgusting and hilariously hypocritical part about all this is that she apologized publicly for this, but then sent the cease and desist.
A cease and desist, by the way, over a Twitter thread which she apologized for not only in her video, but as well as privately.
It's looking more and more like it's going to become a legal showdown between Oz and Blair. So Oz launched a GoFundMe. I'll have a link down below if you guys want to go support that. It's going to help him with legal fees, and he'll be using anything past the legal fees to help secure a living situation. So hopefully that money is used well. At the beginning of Oz and Blair's relationship, Oz was 20 and Blair was 28. And in the beginning, she guided Oz into making some severely financially irresponsible decisions. And he believed her when she reassured him that he could handle it all.
In the beginning, Blair walked me into several poor financial decisions. My naivety caused me to believe her reassurances that I could handle all of the financial obligations being dropped onto my shoulders by someone more experienced in life than I was.
She pressured him to do this because she had terrible credit and he had good credit, and she wanted to take full advantage of that. And she manipulated him into using his credit for her benefit. One of the uses of Oz's credit was to purchase a car, which he co-signed on.
Why these obligations were placed onto me? At the time, Blair had bad credit, so all of the purchases, loans, everything was being placed in my name. This included the car that she purchased, then revoked from Wonderstruck.
And monthly payments for Oz began to stack up to the point where he had to ask Blair for help because she was making far more money than him anyways. And this was in spite of the fact that she was the one who caused the financial burden.
Eventually though, the financial responsibilities that I incurred would stack up on me, building a mountain of monthly debt that would lead me into several financially tight months and eventually just breaking.
So girlfriend who make more money help boyfriend who make less money who is in financial ruin. That's not a new situation. That happens a good bit. But generally speaking, the girlfriend or partner just in general that's helping the other does it out of the kindness of their heart because they care for that person and money isn't the only thing that matters. In this case though, Blair tracked all this and added every single expense to a ledger of debt. What the
These amounts of assistance would be added to a ledger of debt. And I want to clarify again, Blair wasn't my bank. She wasn't my landlord. She was my partner at this time.
What's even crazier is on top of all the normal debt that she was helping him cover and slowly tightening her evil hold over him, she also allegedly pressured him into a non-refundable design fee and land deposit.
This ledger also includes things such as a non-refundable design fee and land deposit on a multi-million-dollar custom home that she threatened to break up with me if I didn't agree to proceed on this with her.
Who are these people? This is crazy. She included this into her debt ledger, by the way, in case you were wondering, and also threatened to break up with Oz in case you were wondering. She just had to add another level of manipulation in there because she just couldn't handle it being too. It's got to be entirely one-sided. Every good relationship is. What an evil person. The total amount that was tallied in Blair's debt ledger for Oz was equated to approximately 180,000 USD.
This ledger would creep into the range of $180,000. An insurmountable amount where I don't even understand how she got there.
And Oz felt quite embarrassed by this, as one would. It's a lot of money to just owe someone for making stupid decisions. Even if you were not the one making those stupid decisions, it's still perfectly valid to be embarrassed. Money just disappears sometimes. And when you're being pushed into doing something by someone who has a hold over you, it disappears very, very, very quickly.
That number ballooned higher and higher, the number ever increasing, and I never questioned it out of guilt for needing help. Guilt from her telling everyone, from her friends to my friends, to her employees, to hell, even her Discord staff, about my finances, oftentimes unprompted. Guilt involving the fact that everyone I interacted with on a day-to-day basis looked down on me for her words towards me.
She told her friends, his friends, her employees, and her Discord staff. What a great person. And somehow through all of this, Blair had managed to convince everyone that Oz was the one who was a parasite and a leech and taking advantage of Blair.
My own partner, the person who was supposed to be my other half, was actively putting me in a position where she was chipping away at my mental health. I was afraid to tell anyone what was happening because she had convinced me that I was a parasite.
And he was hanging on to her out of desperation when the entire situation was manipulated and meticulously plotted and executed by Blair. Another tactic that's common with people like Blair, and one that Oz said was employed by her, is a tactic of deliberate isolation of the person you're trying to manipulate. Oz said that when you're around Blair, your life has to revolve around her. He had to move to Colorado to be with her. His home was her home, even though her name wasn't even on it, and we'll learn how that happened later. He didn't have any friends nearby, and everyone that he had connections with had to be approved by her. She also controlled his debt, his income. She signed his paychecks and made him entirely reliant on her for everything.
Something to note, when you're around Blair, your world revolves around her. In my case, my home was hers, despite her name not being on it. I had no friends out in Colorado, a state that I moved to at the behest of Blair. Only Blair's friends were out here. All of my connections had to be approved by her.
And on top of that, she gaslit him into feeling guilty for everything that she was doing for him.
All while my world was painted to me in a light where I should be grateful for her generosity.
Classic. Epic narcissist moment. Oz even says that he believes his talent attributed to her channel and the way that he helped her make videos and the way that he helped them interface with YouTube, it increased her income to 6 figures a month from the channel revenue. This is all while he's not able to make enough money to pay his bills and also has a debt ledger with this person. That is Kafka-esque bullshit.
While I worked for Blair's company, I helped improve it in any way that I could with my knowledge of how YouTube worked. I was able to assist in the push for Blair's channel to make the sudden and stark rise into a new payout range of 6 figures a month. All while I was being paid not even enough to get by with my monthly bills.
I will say that a lot of this is just from Oz's perspective and his anecdotes and his own opinion, but the fact that he believes the video that he is making and the things that he's saying here will be included in a video that's going to be shown in front of court, I assume nothing he's saying is going to be said that can't be backed up with actual provable data and information. Oz also alleges that when he was 23 and Blair was 31, really getting up there. Sorry, that's rude. I should have said that. I'm 27. I'm getting old. She, with her lawyer, would intentionally create a confusing legal document that would result in Oz needing to pay back the debt from the debt ledger.
When I was 23 and Blair was nearly 31, Blair, with her lawyer, would create an honestly quite confusing legal document for me to sign where I would agree to pay back her debt.
She knew that he was not able to afford legal representation to read through an argument, so it was a bunch of legalese and nonsense, and he missed the landmines that were laid. I'd like to see the document. That sounds scary. He also claims that she essentially trapped him in a room with herself and her lawyer and gaslit him into foolishly signing the document and guilted him in a bunch of different ways.
Blair would bring me to her lawyer's office, put me in a room alone with the two of them, with papers in front of me. Papers which I foolishly signed for a myriad of reasons, ranging from Blair expressing that this would mend our relationship, that it was the right thing for me to do, that this would also protect her legally and prevent her from getting into trouble with the IRS. She also would describe to me, and while I can't remember if this exact word was ever used, she essentially explained to me that because she used company funds to assist me, that she had committed embezzlement.
The last one is especially confusing to me because those last two though, those are massive red flags. And the first one is a red flag, just a standard one. The last two are like, why would there be claims of embezzlement when you loan an employee of yours money that's then paid back? What? The whole time too, she's making claims to Oz that this would fix their relationship and they could move forward together.
As I briefly stated earlier, Blair used this debt as a promise that this would specifically help mend our relationship, not our friendship, and put us on a better foot.
But she'd already apparently moved on and was keeping it a secret from Oz. She also had all of their mutuals hide this fact from Oz as well.
It wouldn't be until a few weeks after signing that document that I would learn that she had already moved on, and had almost everyone in my daily life keep this fact a secret from me.
This was all the while having him sign what he would later learn was a deed of trust. This deed of trust required this man to pay her $2,500 every month for a decade.
I wasn't aware of the power that this document held, what it does, what it allowed her to do. This document gave her the power to foreclose if I was unable to make a monthly payment of nearly $2,500 for nearly a decade. Blair knew that even with my income working for her, that this wasn't possible.
And if he wasn't able to, she would be able to foreclose on his home, which is where they are now. How? I mean, this is crazy. I mean, why would you ever sign $2,500? Like, it should be able to lay that out. That's contract fraud. That's fucking, I would send that shit to the FBI. Fuck a courtroom. Send that shit to the FBI, brother. So now we can call back to some of Oz's tweets that came out a little while ago, calling out this woman. He claims that Blair stepped into a more managerial role because she worried she lacked personality, which makes sense now. She also used Oz to confront people that she had issues with and used him as a mouthpiece and then let him choose either the carrot or the stick. If he did good, as in had the choice made that benefited her, he was showered with adoration, and if he did bad, he was hit with a stick. I don't know. He wasn't actually hit with a stick. It's just in Internet Anarchist video, he was able to find some leaked messages from Blair's Discord server, which perfectly highlight the way that she would spin things to make it sound like Oz was the evil mastermind and the bad guy. Once again, taking absolutely no responsibility for anything, especially not being an evil piece of shit to your boyfriend.
The worst part, honestly, is that Oz worked for me, worked with a team, and he knew that doing this would hurt their livelihoods. He's mainly doing it because he owes me almost $200,000 that he took from me. Like, goddamn, we broke up at the end of 2021-ish, and when I finally started to see someone new in January, he broke into my computer and read through my Discord DMs to find messages.
Also, if the $200K in the leaked Discord message is true, and she made this man sign a repayment clause, that's like a $300,000. That's $300,000 to be paid back. Oh, for a personal loan from your girlfriend over things that you forced him to buy. So the Oz stuff is the main thing. I implore you all to go check out Internet Anarchist's video and also Oz's video and all this, and stay tuned for his big doc that's about to drop soon. Hopefully soon. Another aspect is the sad milk and click aspect of the Illuminati situation. Big drama. Big drama. Sad Milk was Blair's reaction channel with a couple other people that was used to react to online stuff. Memes, images, videos, whatever it be. It originally started as a Reddit meme channel, but then later changed to reacting to a wider variety of things, as every great reaction channel does. However, this group disbanded earlier this year, and it was exposed that the reason behind the disbandment was Blair. One single person, an ex-member of the Sad Milk channel, The Click, that's not his real birth name, I don't think, posted a thread to Twitter during the Legal Eagle drama talking about the reason why the channel had failed and ended. And he says a lot here. They love these threads. Oh my god, thread. Fuck. He talks about how he no longer associates with Blair and hasn't for years. He then lists the reasons why he refuses to associate with her. She would lash out and yell him, call him a bad friend, and then throw other accusations at him that had little to nothing to do with him. This terrible stuff caused him and a couple others to leave, and then she would drag their names through the mud on Reddit and Twitter. And conveniently enough, classic internet style, when people questioned Blair, hey, maybe you're the problem. What did Click? She would show those people who were questioning a video of Click that was problematic, that he's apologized for many times and owned up to repeatedly. The video that she showed people of him being problematic, what was it and how did she find it, dude? He said the R slur. The R slur. Yes, that's right. The R slur. She paid someone to dig through Click's old content to find him saying the R slur. Look at this. I need you to work with to help me find Click saying the R slur in Sad Milk's raw audio.
I can do that. Let me get a shower and I'll be down.
She claims he said it in a Sad Milk video, but he can't remember which one. And she's over her head with shit. I'll pay you $200 to find it.
Then this person who leaked this goes on to say that they don't have a problem with the R word, which a lot of people don't, and she does, but she still uses it in private, which is an epic win. And then there's a little PayPal screenshot of Illuminati paying this person for video review. $200 to find a decade-old video of a dude in high school that was learning English saying the R slur. Many people would come forward from the group with their own stories similar to the abuse stated by Click. This is terrible, dude. She is a terrible person. After he posted this stuff, Blair would come out of the woodwork just trying to ruin Click, essentially. He said that in his Discord server, there was an instance of a member inappropriately behaving with a minor, and she would insinuate that he knew of this and allowed it to continue. That's bad.
I really wouldn't lightly make accusations like this unless I had seen them for myself.
He responded to her claims in his own video and says he was asleep. So
the situation brought up mentions a joining my Discord. It is said that neither I nor my team took action against this predatory person and actively chose to do nothing to resolve the situation. However, her statement in these DMs about Click knowing is very odd, as I would have been very unconscious when the ban was happening. She might be referring to me knowing by the time I woke up, but the fact remains I wasn't there, nor did I endorse this random creep.
She would then go further, as she does, digging up more videos to try to get him canceled. And in the meantime, she'd accidentally expose herself. That seems like what she likes to do. While searching for a clip of him saying the N-word, she states that her alt accounts will love this. So she just has an alt account, and then she's like spreading false information to Reddit. She pretended to be an autistic person that was mad at Click for using the R slur, and then posted another one that was even more vague and pretended to be a fan investigating. What a fucking psychopath. But it gets better, guys. She replied to her own epic post. That's hilarious. This is her, Doobie Schmertz. What the fuck? This is insane. And apparently this Doobie Schmertz person has been harassing Click and his friends and colleagues and staff for a long time, and it was just her, dude. That is so fucking insane.
Here is the same account, Doobie Schmertz, on Twitter. This was an account I remember distinctly from 2020, 2021, that was relentlessly harassing myself, my friends, my colleagues, my streaming colleagues, past colleagues, ex-Sad Milk members, community members, staff, you name it. You name it.
I have an alt in my server, my Discord server. I don't harass my friends and family, though. Sometimes I do, but then I immediately tell them that it's me, and then they're like, oh, okay. And then we single out the weakest of the bunch and, you know, survival of the fittest.